Do you actually need the bike fitting review every 6 months or maybe 1 year? After many years on the bike, I think right now it's necessary, and last year I bought my first road bike for my ultra adventures, and I did like one bike fitting in the studio. But when I start this season, I noticed that I still have like some shivers on my hands. My right knee hurts me a little bit during this like long rides, and I noticed that my position is like slightly different what I thought it is. So I made an appointment with my bike fitter Stoff in the studio, and I asked him like a couple of questions, and we did this like annual bike fitting review. So he just like tried to fix a couple of things, and I also want to explain you that it's, I think, mandatory if you're doing like all these big races or like bikepacking trips, or you just like spend so many hours on the bike. So let's jump to the studio and let's see what Stoff bring to the table with all my issues on the bike. So right now I'm on a bike fitting studio with the Stoff, who is my bike fitter for, I would say, many years, because he did like all the bike fits. And again, we are on a new season of ultra and long distance like cycling. And this year I just like focusing on a road cycling with my bike, so that's why I'm here with my road bike. And I have like 2 big races this year, and last time when I was here with my bike, it was actually 1 year ago, just in the end of the season. So I want to do like this kind of review of my bike fitting, because I did the big one before, and I want to explain you why it's like necessary that you're not like doing only one bike fitting and it's over. You have to do this like consistently to just like work on your comfort on long distance. And yeah, let's start. And I'm just like curious what Stoff will like find on my position or any kind of like mistakes with my geometry on the bike. But for now, I know that I have like some shivers on my right hand. I have like the wrong position on my legs on a bike, and also I'm not 100% sure about my position on a bike, because I'm feeling like a little bit discomfort. I did like couple of rides this season, long one. So yeah, let's check and let's see what this guy will find.
Sure, there's plenty of those problems waiting for us.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. So it's been over a year.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of riding, a lot of really tough stuff, and spent a lot of hours on the bike. I know your focus this year is primarily to do a bit more endurance on the race bike instead of the gravel bike.
Mm-hmm.
So really cool that you're here today. Some of those problems you've already brought up are a bit of a concern. So like the pins and needles or the numb hand.
Yeah.
Then also maybe a little bit of instability in the left foot. Those are all major concerns, because those are your contact points. You need to really make sure that you can really sit still on the bike, not move too much, and not have too much pressure on your hands. Because if you're doing super long bike rides, your hands are going to take a beating for no reason if there's unnecessary pressure and lack of stability coming from the saddle.
Yeah.
Previously, we've had a discussion about your pedals. You love those
Yeah.
crank brothers. I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but those things, I've had traumatic experiences with those where they just break along the way, or their bearings wear out quite quickly. They're super nice and lightweight for clearing mud, but also so is a Shimano pedal.
Okay.
There's always a problem with stability when it comes to those. Also, their cleat is quite brittle and quite soft, so it wears out really quickly. So if you're saying you have a little bit of an instability feeling, I'm almost certain that it's coming from the pedals.
Okay.
So let's just get the harness and everything on. Take a first measurement, see where we are. But I'm almost certain that it would be a good idea to change the pedals now at the beginning of the season. And see where it takes us.
Okay.
Then we're just going to start by calibrating the harness.
Okay.
Calibration is really important so that we can figure out if the bike is horizontal, and also to find the middle of the bike. Once we've done that, it can also determine how long your crank needs to be. So if we want to experiment with different crank lengths, I know it's a big hype at the moment, we can very quickly see if your crank's too long or too short.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. You can start riding.
Okay.
Okay, we just need to calibrate the harness, so just keep pedaling exactly like this.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to pull up your measurements from last time, and there's your position. The biggest difference in the knee is that it's less stable. So previously, your knee tilt was at 3 degrees, now it's at 4. So that's kind of on the maximum that the knee should be going out. So that's one of the concerns. The other one is the amount of lateral knee travel it has. It's increased by 9 millimeters, which is a lot. So that's most likely got to do with the cleat being so unstable and soft.
Okay.
So that's one of the things we need to address today.
So that's why I have like sometimes knee pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
100% gonna increased movement in the knee is gonna irritate it.
Okay.
Anything laterally is gonna irritate the knee. And there's something going on with your saddle height and position here. So all of a sudden you're sitting really far back on the saddle.
Okay.
Compared to last time. And then that makes your saddle very high. You see, your knee extension is kind of as far as it can go.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just see what it is. We'll start with the pedals and the shoes, and then from there, just make sure all the contact points are good. So these are the pedals you need.
Okay. And what? Okay. And do you have like the cheapest one?
It's exactly the question I was expecting from you. The thing is, you don't want to go cheap on the pedal. That's your major contact point. That's what connects you to the bike.
Okay.
The pedal and the shoe is going to create the stability between the hip and the foot so that the knee doesn't get affected with any kind of lateral movements. So that's the last thing you want to go cheap on is pedals. I know they're €100.
Okay.
What's nice about the Shimano GRX pedal is that it's got an enlarged platform for better contact from the shoe to the pedal, and that's going to increase the stability. So even if there's a slight bit of wear in the plate or the cleat, that's going to keep your foot a little bit more stable.
Okay.
Also, the bearings are really easy to service, and it's just a little bit lighter than the entry level, the 520. It's a much more durable pedal, and it's also got the United and gravel colors on. Just looks cool.
Okay.
It's the best for you. We need to do it.
Okay.
Look over here. The whole shoe's been compromised by those pedals. So it's actually like graunched out the carbon. So it's where that just literally sits against the shoe. Yeah, no comment. You can see how much movement there is in this pedal. And it's also worn out all along here. That's what your cleat connects to the pedal. This one's even worse.
Okay, and so the question, like, why do you think I destroyed the saddle?
Yeah, the thing is, the saddle is like your major contact point. So if you're not sitting exactly on the saddle, the back of the saddle, the wide part with your sit bones, but you end up scooching a little bit forward and you're putting your weight in the middle of the saddle, kind of creates a lot of pressure, and the shell of the saddle just can't handle it, and then it sinks in. So you want to make sure that you're on the back of the saddle. So that could potentially mean that your saddle itself wasn't forward enough, or through riding, your feet were moving so much that when the pedal's unstable, your knee does like an internal rotation, and every time your knee goes forward, you go forward, or when the knee goes in, you go off the saddle. So foot stability is often leads to instability on the saddle. I'm very happy with that.
If you're happy, I'm happy. As you can see through my whole visit in the studio, I thought that I was okay with my bike, but suddenly I had to spend like €300 on my bike because I just destroyed my saddle during the long rides. I had to change my pedals for more comfort, and we also changed the height of my handlebar. So as you can see, even after 1 year of riding your bike, a lot of things can change because you're changing your position, how you like act with your bike during this like long rides. So from my perspective, bike fitting review, it's like the mandatory thing if you wanna like spend a lot of hours on your bike. And yeah, that's the thing, you just need to invest some money, but believe me, it will pay you off, because right now after the bike fitting review, I did a quick ride and I don't feel like any pain in my body, plus my position is better. And I also noticed that I can just go faster with my bike, which this is the thing that I really want to if I'm doing like racing or this like long distance bikepacking trips. So probably in the next couple of months, I have like still 3-4 months before the first long race. I will just go for another bike fitting review to just like check all the measurements, and if again I change my position and everything is like okay with my bike, because I want to be pretty sure that I will feel this comfort during my 1000-kilometer race. So it's up to you guys, but remember, if you're investing in yourself, you will be better with your bike and all your adventures. So yeah, that's all for this video. And I also saw that there's like a lot of new faces on the channel, so I just want to thank you for the support. And if you have like any other questions about fitting or any other tips, just leave them in the comment section. And yeah, I just have to pack my stuff because today I have like another photo shoot with the team. So thank you for being here, and see you on the next video.